stir emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Auburn Tigers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Leaves it with the running back. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoffs.
It's a really good point, Reese, because at this point of the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee so that they put you in the college football playoff.
Yeah, in these top 10 games, they get more attention. More people are there, more people are covering, more people are talking about it, more people are spreading it. So obviously to do it on this stage will go a long way to determine whether this team gets in the playoff.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
He's got it down the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Auburn going to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D-linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of the guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you drop back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play right there reminds me of some of these great players we've seen in the Crimson Tide D-line here in recent years. Well, the offense got themselves in a bad position to start, but a nice change up there, handing it off and getting a lot of the yardage back, David, now to set up third and at least a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, and when it's third and forever like that, I'm thinking pass. So great job slipping the run in there. Running back now, putting them in a better position. But defensively, I still got them in third and long, still in a good situation here.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. Quarterback making adjustments. Motion from the wideout. From the shotgun, the inside give. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Russell. Now rolling to the left. Got out of trouble and throws. Puts it out of the air. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew it.
Oh, the fake, the up man looking for room. They'll stop him short, and they had it sniffed out from the beginning.
And obviously you're trying to catch him off guard, but it didn't work. I'm not a fan of fake punts. I'd rather put my offense on the field and guys that do this for a living all the time and are really good at it, but tried the sneak attack, and it did not work.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get it.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock it down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed. He's got power. He's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. It's complete to the left. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a fourth down. He would have loved to have been able to throw the ball past the first down sticks. Couldn't get it done, and they couldn't create enough room off the dump down, Jesse.
So let's give credit to the defense then in coverage, taking all of the throws away and also doing a nice job of keeping the football in front of them, and then great effort making that tackle, setting up for it.
And man, this one getting off to a slow start, trying to get some points on the board, and the dreaded doink. And listen, points at a premium right now because nobody scored. But, man, that was inches away from being really good. We're still tied 0-0.
Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Swings it out to the flat. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get that rhythm. Find that time to hit the wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Looking for room, it's Jackson. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Alabama needs just a few inches here on 3rd down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the 1st quarter. We've reached the end of the 1st quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Alabama.
So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. They send the tight end in motion. To the air, it's Russell. Floats it out in space. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
I think moving forward on 3rd down, this offense is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw it vertically. You start throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage against these guys, they've got way too much speed, and you saw it right there.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. The long missed field goal squashed any hopes of scoring on the last drive. They'll try to get something done this time. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Kane. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. He's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great.
There he goes. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Looking to scramble. Got his man on the outside. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. Got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Incompletion, back to the passing game. Right on the money. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. This drive facing a little adversity now. A 10-yard loss leaves them with 2nd and 20. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. Just can't lose focus like that. You got to know the snap count. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Second down, he'll throw it. Throws to the back. He's got his man. Snowed under by the defense.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game. But when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Already 2 for 2 on third down, but this time they'll need 9 to convert. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man, makes the grab. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Got his man out of the backfield. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Quarterback adapting. Throwing on the run. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Bringing the heat. Trying to make magic. Breaks into the open. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. And the completion to the sideline. A solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
And just understanding where you're at on the field, make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline, so I give credit for that catch. Nice job, nice pitch, nice catch.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Back to pass. Right down the middle. Got a wide open receiver. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making checks. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Riley. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. They'll run it. It's Riley. Runs through the defender. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. First and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Second and goal coming up. They're going to run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And they've moved their way down, but still they need 2 more yards. Can they bang it in with a running game on third down? We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to run it in from the 2 on third down? To throw, it's Russell. Touchdown, Alabama! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Nice job putting the drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
He'll bring it out. It's Snyder. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. On the ground, it's Henderson.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Creates a little room. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
They're going to go to the air on third and short. On the move, he fires. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. We've got a good one going here in the third quarter, all tied up as he's set to kick it away. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Motion from the wide receiver. Gives it on the option. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Going for the big play. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. So here comes the Auburn offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. On the move, it's Henderson. Turning it on. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Looks as if Auburn will have enough for the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll try the run. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Looking to fire. With the catch, it's Henderson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back. But, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Throws for the tight end. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Makes it past the marker. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They're going to ride this running back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Gives it on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Now they'll run the draw. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Gets the back moving. On fourth down, looking to pass. Quickly complete. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Looking left. Wide open downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple of shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Still running at the 35. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Look out, he's got room. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
They'll run it on first and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Snap it to the back. Push down for the tackle. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. And with that, they've taken the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Northwestern was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Darnell Autry and company delivered in that magical 10-win season of 1995. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run, and you've seen over the years they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that can fly, they've had receivers winning Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Final stanza of the game, and we'll start with the first down. From the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the first down and once more. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Trying to move them here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll go to the ground. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Looking to throw, it's Russell. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Got his man on the right. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Pushes toward the goal line. They'll stop him short on 3rd down, in this defense trying to make sure they stay on top.
And this is tough. Second half of the game, you're down by 3. You know a field goal is going to tie it, but this is a golden opportunity here, David, to take the lead. I think I'm going for the touchdown.
Green light. I'm going for it. Second half, man, I can take the lead right here. I like my chances, and even if I miss, I got to go the whole length of the field.
And that's why this kid is so automatic. Set him up anywhere on the field, and he puts it right down the pipe.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on 3rd down expecting him to get the ball again.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. They'll go with a direct snap. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36.
And that is such great execution by this offense. 3rd down and 2. They know you're running the football, but they were physical. Great job creating a little bit of space. Not only do you get the 1st down, you chew up a bunch more yards, too. Nice execution by this offense.
The give to the back. Couldn't really get started there. Pick up a 1 to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The play-action fake. Here's a heat. Caught behind the line. It's Henderson. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
A field goal attempt from this spot would be 52 yards out. A few yards on 3rd down would make it easier. From the gun, wants to pass. They get to him as he throws. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. And they'll get him down after a solid return. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. On the run, it's Jackson. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Russell. Pressure coming. Got his man downfield. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
From the gun, running back on the move. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. On the option. Run out of bounds. They'll spot him at the 24.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the 1st down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the 1st down marker is.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last 1st down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Plows through the defense.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. This for the lead and very likely the win. Celebration of the sidelines and wait to see what happens if they can hold on for a few Put them on top, they can almost taste victory if they can keep them from scoring to tie or win the game. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete. A last-gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it. The latest edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in crimson as Alabama rolls to victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Wolverines will kick it off to get us underway. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Pulls and fires complete. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Got it in the middle. It's Denson. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
They'll give it to the back. Still running up the 40. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
The Huskers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They want to run this quarterback. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. The Cornhuskers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. To the air on 1st down. Buying some time. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now, it's just who are the best 2 teams out of all these teams, all these quality teams. So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying, especially in this conference. Let's be honest, the Big Ten and the SEC, they've separated themselves from everybody else. And so you're competing in this conference, in the middle of the season, you can finish strong. Now we're not just talking about conference championships. We're talking about...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. And he missed it. No good. After the miss, no change in the score.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking for space. It's Grove. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Throwing right. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Price. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one after their own 37.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Looking downfield on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Finds his target down the middle.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Finds his man, it's Grove. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And he's knocked down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. The Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They try to pop a run on the draw. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. And the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed. And as a result, they give up a big one.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And they did tack on the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one, and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
Wide open makes the catch. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43.
Really nowhere for the quarterback to go that time. I like the idea of letting him try to run with it, but no opportunity to get up the field, so he just kept trying to use the speed going sideways. Defense took everything away, and a good decision by him to save ahead and just get out of bounds.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Catches it at the 15. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short.
Entering settings. Menu narration option is set to off. Menu narration option is set to off.
Turn. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Oh, they're after him. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
They're dealing with a second and long. Going to the ground. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. You put on that winged helmet, and the one thing you want to do is establish the running game.
Yeah, no matter who the coach is, no matter who the players are, it's a tradition. It's physicality. That's how they've built this brand at Michigan. And I think no matter who's there, it's going to be how they continue to build on that tradition.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. There he goes. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can...
Headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Wisconsin is ahead early inside Camp Randall, but that's not exactly Ron Dane out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 7 over Penn State. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He'll start this drive firing. Now improvising. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Quarterbacks are, there's so many adjectives to describe them: calm, cool, collected, accurate, so on and so on. But a lot of times it's just smart, understanding the situation, the down and distance, and knowing where that first down marker is. Great job going to get that first down, new set of downs.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Get the quarterback off his spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check. Check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all three of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Grab near the marker is Favors. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Quarterback keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB designed run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front, and guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He got it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
It took them some time, but finally here at the end of the first half, they were finally able to get it right and score a touchdown. You know, I think oftentimes as an offensive coordinator, you've scripted your first 10 plays, things aren't working. You're looking for formations, you're looking for schemes you can run to finally break through, and that last drive might be what this offense needs to finally turn the corner. We'll see in the second half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going right to work up top. Finds his man. It's Price. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. They'll immediately call timeout.
All of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Makes the grab. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. These corners going to give them some space. Under fire. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a three-spot on the board. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that will extend their lead even further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Huskers will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. So here comes the Michigan offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
They'll leave it with him. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Complete to the right. At the 40, there he goes. Hits the accelerator to the right. Past the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Michigan. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something.
Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Under fire. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
The Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Huskers!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and they've got it down to single digits, a 9-point game. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Complete to start this drive. Got room at the 35. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Unloads quickly. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
And the Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to sling it on second down. Working that left side now. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. The Wolverines moving quickly to the line. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he just held on to the football too long, and the defense rode him out of bounds and forced the loss.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
Man, it's so nice to have a quarterback who doesn't flinch. You watch it, man. He's hanging in there, right? Hanging in there. Takes some time for those routes to get down the field. Gets hit as he throws it, but delivers the ball, a catchable ball down the field, and makes the big play. Nice toughness by that young man.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Floating away. He'll pull it down and run. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 13.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
And how about that 3rd down? They go 5 wide. They've spread the defense out. And at quarterback there, you're just trying to find your best one-on-one matchup. You're making a quick throw, and you're picking up the first to keep the drive going.
He's looking to throw. Here's the pressure. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Making side adjustments here. To the air on 2nd down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
I love the way this defense is fighting down here close to their own goal line, right? They get a sack on the first play. Great coverage on the second one, knocking it away. Here comes a huge 3rd down. Can they do it again? Can they come up with another big one?
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
It's good. Easy call for the ref. That'll pull them back to within 6. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Wisconsin is in trouble right now, and unless something changes, this is the type of day that can crush morale. Not Bucky's finest day at the office. They're trailing by 29 to Penn State. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Just a short pass to the tight end. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. This time they'll go to the running game. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Shoots it to the left. He's got an open man. Breaks into the open. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards. Keep that.
Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
The throw to the outside is complete. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. And yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
He'll throw it. The sure hands. It's Winston. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
Simple pitch, simple catch, easy little drag route right over the field. It's a nice timing route. You can run it versus man or you can run it versus zone and have a lot of success.
He'll try to do it himself. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Cornhuskers will have it 1st and 10.
Let's go! Let's go!
To the air on first down. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion, now setting up 3rd down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Going to take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're...
Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. Touchdown, Nebraska! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. They want to throw it. Firing to the right, complete. Makes his way into the end zone, and now they're within 5.
And no bones about it for this offense. 5 wide receivers, find the space, find the matchup. He identified it. Nice 2-point conversion play.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Trying play action. Pocket breaking down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Third down and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Wolverines line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Oh, it's a fake. Looking down the middle. And they pull it off. He's got it for the first down.
Man, that is awesome. That gets the juices going. That gets everybody excited. You work on these fake punts all the time, but you don't call them all the time. But the coach saw something, executed it perfectly, called it at the right time, and got a shot in the arm, get some energy, snapping it to the up back, completing the pass.
Now on first down from the 40. The run to the left. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Wolverines enter the final minute with the lead. Power football with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And the Wolverines send out the punt unit. We assume he's going to punt it this time. He did complete a pass earlier. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. It's one thing to execute early in the game. tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Bye.